Okay, so I'm going to show you what a retard this thing is. It's getting on my last freaking nerve.
Mr. McNeil and the two agents pressed on without full power and limited visibility. Their path was lit by an aircraft overhead. The remaining FBI agents, Texas Rangers, and Johnson County personnel gathered at a separate filling station a short distance from where the kidnappers planned to call. They debated what to do next, since Mr. McNeil had missed the midnight appointment, and they had no way of contacting the kidnappers. With few options, investigators decided to send the limousine to the Mount Pleasant gas station late, figuring that the kidnappers would probably call again.
We were pretty well counting on the fact that they were going to show up or call, that they were desperate for the money. We reassured them we had the money, and we certainly reassured them we wanted Amy back. So we thought that they would stay connected to follow through with the payoff site.
At approximately 1 a.m.,
and
Mr.
we
McNeil
wait,
and the FBI
and
agents
we
arrived
wait,
at the Mount Pleasant gas
and
station
we
in a
wait.
troubled limousine. Almost 8 hours and 200 miles after they had first departed Alvarado, the limousine's engine gave out for good. The vehicle wasn't going anywhere without major repair.
Do you see how slow this thing
They could
is?
do nothing more but wait in the chilly night and pray that the kidnappers would contact them.
Due to the fact that we had to drive very slowly in the limousine, we were late getting to the drop site, approximately an hour. We were somewhat concerned about that, but we set up to wait by the drop site.
Please don't crash. Please don't
Texas
crash.
Rangers kept watch, remaining hidden in the field across from the gas station. The fate of 13-year-old Amy McNeil remained unknown.
So far, so good. Hopefully, it won't crash.
Then, at 1:15 in the morning, the payphone started ringing. As investigators had suspected,
Still hasn't loaded all of my stuff.
eager to get the ransom. He claimed that Amy was still alive, but refused to let her speak. Worse still, former Texas Ranger Bill Gunn and his team learned that the assailants had likely spotted the heavy presence of law enforcement on the desolate roads.
They started out telling him that he had brought the police with him. And
I'm trying to move it. It's not moving.
so they finally told him to bring the money to a motel in Mount Pleasant. And at that time,
Still not
he
moving.
informed the man, the kidnapper, that he could
This
not
is
move the
ridiculous,
vehicle again.
dude.
It was dead. And the man told him on the phone then, they said, well, we're coming after the money. We've got plenty of guns, and there better not be any police officers around.
The father remained resolute, despite his fear of what the kidnappers may have already done to his daughter. He grabbed the ransom bag and stood
Up and
outside
down,
his daughter's
up and down,
captors
come
could see
on.
him as they approached. Agents hidden in the limousine readied themselves for an armed confrontation. Retired Special Agent Kicklighter realized a mistake now could cost lives.
No, don't crash.
The exchange of a ransom during a kidnapping is always one of the most critical elements of the investigation. In this case, you don't want someone else to be hurt or taken hostage and be another victim of a kidnapping.
Hours passed in the cold January night. The Rangers stayed alert, protecting against an ambush. On the road,
This is ridiculous.
investigators saw no sign of vehicles approaching the ransom drive. By 3 in the morning, 2 hours after the kidnappers had called, it looked as if they weren't going to show. The Texas Rangers, Johnson County deputies, and the FBI considered what their next move should be.
It was decided that they were not going to come, and so the whole surveillance and monitoring situation was called off in anticipation we're going to have to start again the next day on Sunday.
Agents in the limo received word of the decision to regroup until daybreak.
I'm trying to move again, and it's still not moving. What the freak?
But investigators convinced him that at present there was nothing more they could do for his daughter.
Mr. McNeil was upset that yet another night was going to pass without a resolution.
Okay. Now you
His
move.
daughter back. He had done
Barely.
everything that they had told him to do, so there was a great deal of disappointment.
The car came by to pick up McNeil and the agents.
Trying to get down here.
They headed back to the
I
nearby
know I
gas
had
station
black
where
sound
others
making. I know I did. Where is it at? Okay, there
The
it
two
is.
rangers hiding in the
See,
field for the past 3
everything's so
hours
slow
moved
on
toward
here.
the street where the sheriff was to meet them in a separate van.
Stop freezing.
As they approached, an unidentified vehicle cruised by their position. It was filled with a group of men and a young girl who headed towards the
I clicked that
intersection.
sand, and it's not doing
The
nothing.
rangers called
Come on,
for
give me
units.
my sand.
As they watched those believed to be the kidnappers speed off into the cold Texas night. At 3:45 a.m. on January 13th, 1985, 2 Texas Rangers believed they had spotted the kidnappers of 13-year-old Amy McNeil racing away from the ransom drop point in Mount Pleasant, Texas.
Just try to move over
They
here.
alerted all available units in the area.
We got 2 of them.
En route to collect the Rangers,
No.
the Johnson County Sheriff heard their call and saw the suspicious vehicle on the highway. He gave chase.
I didn't want to
but
open up
sedan
the
easily
castle,
pulled away from
no.
the lumbering van that former Sheriff Eddie Bobs was driving.
My van being as slow
I'm trying to
as it
get
was,
back
I
over
ran
here
it
to
like
my
I was
boat.
standing still. It was any way I could keep up even within sight of what was going on. Because that chase was going over 100 miles an hour, and it was unbelievable.
Despite his best efforts, the sheriff lost the car and returned to the makeshift command post to provide a detailed account. Amy's life was now in even greater jeopardy since there was no question the kidnappers knew law enforcement was in the area. Then a call
See
came
what
in
I
from the
mean?
remaining aircraft.
Constantly crashing.
The pilot
Constantly
spotted the vehicle, and investigators
messing
still on
up.
the road had resumed the chase. Former Texas Ranger Bill Gunn recalls that the suspects
Right.
were speeding
There you
west
go.
on
That's
Interstate 30.
how my game works.
But that time,
And
the rest of
I'm
us
getting
would have
tired
gotten
of it.
involved, and we were in
Hopefully
pursuit
I'll
of
get
the
a new
vehicle.
tablet
And we
for
continued
Christmas.
in a high-speed
This
chase
is a
down
piece of
Interstate
crap.
30, which would have been a direction going toward Dallas, and to a small community in another county.
10 minutes later, Texas Rangers, sheriff deputies, and the FBI fell into line. The suspects refused to slow down. As the lead ranger